Joining me, former Foreign Secretary Harsh Shringla. Good evening, sir. Big news coming in from the United States of America. President Trump making that announcement. And Mr. Shringla, my question to you is, and this is what most citizens are asking, is it normal for a foreign entity to announce this? Should it have been India to announce whether or not there was a ceasefire?
Well, I mean, even in the past, there have been some good officers that have worked. You remember in Kargil, Clinton was very active. But whether Trump should have announced it before, we have conveyed our response to any such overture is something that is a question mark. I think, you can interpret it in various ways. The fact of the matter is that what we do know right now is that Trump has made an announcement that both sides have agreed to a full and unconditional ceasefire. Pakistan seems to have conveyed its acceptance. I don't know what our assessment of this is, but I'm sure we will hear shortly in the press conference that is due to take place in a short while from now, our reaction to this. My own sense is that if both sides have been consulted, then obviously we are also on board on this particular initiative. I feel that Op Sindoor has achieved the objective of not only providing a punitive response to avenge the memory of those of our citizens who lost their lives in the Pahalgam terrorist attack. It also restored the dignity of so many of our of the family and friends of those who lost their lives. But most importantly, it is a deterrence. It is a preemptive step. It is a very, very stern warning to Pakistan that you will face the full wrath of the Indian state, the armed forces, and the whole nation if you do this sort of thing in the future. I think we should be very clear. Any such act in the future should be treated as an act of war. We should take some very, very strong and immediate steps the moment any such effort is made by Pakistan in the future. So we should not leave it there. This is a ceasefire. This is fine. But we have diplomatic means, we have economic means, we have other means of leveraging, and keeping Pakistan under some control. I think clearly Pakistan is turning back into a rogue state. We have seen that the distinction between the state and non-state actors, even that pretended or the pretense of a distinction does not exist today. It was made very manifestly clear when so many senior security and state officials attended the funeral of wanted terrorists under the UN Security Council's proscribed list and paid obeisance to these people. And I think we will have to be vigilant, and we will have to put every sort of pressure, continued pressure on Pakistan in time to come.
But let me ask you, Marco Rubio has said that India and Pakistan will begin talks at a neutral venue. Are we in a mood to talk to Pakistan already, number one? And number two, are we going to be dictated by the United States of America on what that venue should be and what kind of talks? Will America continue to be the big daddy?
So I don't know what has been agreed to. I think, a ceasefire is one thing. But mediation under, a third-party mediation is a completely different thing. So far, we have maintained that the issue of Jammu and Kashmir has to be dealt with bilaterally, and there is no place for third-party mediation. But again, these are different circumstances. I'm not sure about, what, the particular, decision is or how we will move forward. But certainly, I think a ceasefire is something that was, I suppose, in order, given the fact that the various objectives we set to achieve have been undertaken, and that further continuation of the situation can only lead to more serious conflict, which I think is not in the interest of any country, particularly like ours, whose focus is on the development path, the well-being of our people, and our objective and vision of attaining Viksit Bharat by 2047.
But let me ask you this question. Some would say India had the momentum in this particular conflict, and we were making inroads, and we were also successful in eliminating some of the terror camps in Pakistan. should we not have taken it to its logical conclusion before we got into this dialogue business?
I think it depends on what your interpretation of logical conclusion is. I mean, the next step from what I saw was really open war, because, Pakistan had moved its troops to forward position. That is a prelude to a cross-border incursion, military incursion. I think that would have meant that we would have also gone across, and that we would have actually been in actual ground offensive war. And I don't know whether that is something that we wanted to do at this point of time. What is important is that the headquarters of the Lashkar-e-Toiba and the Jaish-e-Mohammed have been taken out. A number of senior terrorists have been eliminated. And I think it has conveyed a very salutary lesson.
I will interrupt you. Vikram Misri, Foreign Secretary, begins with the briefing. Mr. Harsh Shringla.
That both sides would stop all firing and military action on land and in the air and sea with effect from 1700 hours Indian Standard Time today. Instructions have been given on both sides to give effect to this understanding. The Directors General of Military Operations will talk again on the 12th of May at 1200 hours. Thank you.
Well, that was a one-line statement, no details coming in there, Mr. Harsh Shringla. It's just another date, 12th of May, when there will be a DGMO conversation at 1200 hours. But for now, instructions have been given for ending any ground or aerial strikes. That's all. We don't know what we've got. We don't know where this is going from here. A little abrupt, you think?
No, I think, the details of this will be available. I mean, what the Foreign Secretary has conveyed is the immediate decision that, there will be an immediate ceasefire, and all, firing, whether on the ground or air or from the sea, will stop as of 1700 hours Indian Standard Time, which we have already, I think, passed. And so we are into a ceasefire situation. And of course, the DGMOs will meet to take things forward. That is why I think this issue of mediation and sitting down under U.S. auspices may not be material, because the DGMOs are going to meet. We are meeting bilaterally. I'm not too sure whether that aspect of it is entirely correct, but let's see how that goes.
Let me also ask you, what happens to the Indian, water treaty that we had, Indus water treaty that we had with Pakistan, which was put in abeyance? Do we go back to business as usual, things as normal? How does that work? Or is this also going to be part of the negotiations that will be had subsequently?
I think so. I think this is not going to be an immediate decision. I don't think we're going to immediately pull back on our abeyance of the Indus Water Treaty. In my own consideration, this is a decision that won't be reversed so easily. At the same time, Pakistan has suspended the Simla agreement. They have to also consider what the implications of that decision is. So I don't see, either side going back on some of these announcements without, more considered, I would say, discussions or consideration on both sides.
Well, I don't know, Mr. Harsh Shringla. Maybe we're still waiting to hear about the details. But at the moment, we have a one-line announcement, and as of now, it doesn't make too much sense to me. As I thank you, I want to play out that one-line announcement that came in from Foreign Secretary, Mr. Vikram Misri.